So, ciao, and this is another live lesson for Italian. So I'm joined here by my friend Vadim. So he's also studying Italian with me, and we have phrases that we have looked at before for the singular he, she form, and today we're going to look at them a little bit in a plural form, so we can talk about like friends, brothers, sisters, parents, grandparents in the plural form, and looking at some of these changes. So I'm going to get my screen share here. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let me move over here. So these are things that we've looked at for the singular here. So like husband, wife, son, daughter, brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, father, mother, friend, and Italian is in this last column here. So now we're going to look at these in the plural here. And I have to say thank you to our friend Liliana for the translations and these forms here. So these would be I miei figli, le miei figlie, I miei fratelli, le mie sorelle, I miei amici, amici, le mie amiche, I miei genitori, I miei cugini, le mie cugine, I miei nonni. Okay, so we have the article here, I and le, and this plural adjective, miei, is this M-I-E-I, so that's the same, well, it's not the same here. If it is this masculine plural, it's miei, and then has the I at the end. If it is the feminine plural, it's mie. So yeah, be careful with the pronunciation, the miei and mie. And for often cases, we can see that the E ending, like for sorelle, or amiche, or cugine, the E ending is usually for the feminine plural, and the I ending, like figli, fratelli, amici, amici, yeah, amici. So the CI is the ch sound, and the I here is the usually the masculine plural form. Okay. Okay, and getting into identifying people. So let's get into here the. So we had questo for and questa in the singular form, questo è and questa è. But now we will change this a, which is that like it is or this is, but in the plural, this is questi for, like, as I mentioned, the I form is for the masculine plural, and the e, this queste, is for the feminine plural, and the they form for the verb to be is sono. So questi sono I miei fratelli. I can also use the form ci sono I miei fratelli. And I can also have here these queste sono le mie sorelle. Ci sono le mie sorelle. So identifying that these are my sisters, or I can have this other form, ci sono. So ci sono, it doesn't change for masculine or feminine, but the questi and queste change for masculine plural or feminine plural. If I would introduce a picture of my brothers and sisters, I could have this questa. So this is singular because we're talking about one picture. Questa è una foto dei miei fratelli. And I could have questa è una foto delle mie sorelle. So notice that this of form, dei and delle, those change when they combine with the definite article. So you can look on examples of Wiktionary to see charts of how these prepositions change with the articles, because that's a key thing here in Italian is when you change these prepositions like de, in. What are some other ones? Like on top of, sul. So those prepositions that's a quite common thing to look up for spelling changes, and you can see those in like the names of restaurants or different places sometimes. Okay. Moving on here. Okay, so talking about likes and interests, we could use in the singular we had gli and lei for piace. In the plural, we are using loro. So a loro piace leggere. A loro piacciono I libri. A loro piace viaggiare. Loro piacciono I libri. So we're using loro for the masculine and feminine. There isn't a change there. So the loro is just like a they form. And this a loro is for the like a personal pronoun to talk about for this person. Okay, and we can use the question, cosa piace loro fare? So what do they like to do? So in the singular we had cosa gli piace fare or cosa le piace fare, but in the plural we have loro, cosa piace loro fare, and we could have a variation of the syntax in the question. Any questions you have so far?
And do you know what is a in previous sentence? A loro. What means a?
I have a suspicion that this is like in Spanish, where I need to double check this, but I would guess that to show that there's kind of a when the direct object is a person, you would use an a. But I mean that's just my understanding of Spanish grammar.
Mhm.
But I would need to double check this for the Italian. But I will make sure to ask that question, and if there are any native speakers that who can comment on that, we would appreciate that clarification. But I suspect it's because I know in Spanish if I say like I see a book, is an inanimate object, but if I see a person would be animate. And I think for when you're talking about like something is pleasing to somebody, I think there is that awe to show that you're talking about a person. But I'll confirm that. I'll double check that to see. Okay. But yeah, that's a good question. Okay. So talking about people's origins and where they live. So we had in the singular, we had the lui and lei, and in the plural we have loro. Once again, so loro sono di. Loro sono di Venezia. Loro vengono da Milano. So they come from Milan, or they are from Venice. Okay. Di dove sono? Da dove vengono? Loro vivono a. Loro vive a. Dove vivono loro? And this is it's repeated because there was a difference in the masculine singular and feminine singular form, but in the plural we could just simplify this to say dove vivono loro. So for example, do you have brothers and sisters, Vadim?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's say I have two brothers.
Okay,
Right?
for example. So I tuoi fratelli, so dove vivono loro?
I miei fratelli. Sorry, I don't see you.
Yeah, I think I also have on Facebook. but I think I could say I miei fratelli. Mhm.
Loro vivono a Mosca, for example.
Okay, Moscow, yeah. So I don't think we need to necessarily repeat loro if we're talking about like identifying the subject of like I miei fratelli. I think we just say I miei fratelli vivono a, and then the place. So I think you could just like, yeah, my brothers live
yes.
in.
Yes, right. We don't need loro here. I miei fratelli vivono a Mosca.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And let's say they are from somewhere else. Da dove vengono?
Sorry.
Da dove vengono? Like, where are they from originally?
Loro vengono di no da
Da.
or di
Uh-huh.
da. Loro vengono da Russia.
I don't know, St. Petersburg or something like that.
Loro da we use here also city. Or
Yeah,
country.
yeah, you could use a city or a country. Yeah.
Loro vengono da St. Petersburg.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what St. Petersburg would be in Russian, or sorry, in Italian, but yeah. So and just I know this. I have some confusion too with the D and da, but yeah, it's using the verb to be with D, or the verb to come, venire, with da. So you have those two differences there. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to if they're married or if they have children. So in the singular, we had lui è sposato and lei è sposata. Now in the plural, we have loro sono sposati or loro sono sposate. So once again, this letter I is the masculine plural, and sposate with a is for the feminine plural. So I have sono sposati, sono sposate as a question, and I could say loro non sono sposati, loro non sono sposate, and if they in this, I could say sono celibi, or for women, I could say sono nubili. So I could see that. Okay. So yeah, we have loro for the they form here. Okay. And if they have
single,
loro, it would be the they form.
Oh,
this would be if they're married.
Nubili, it means single.
Yes, sorry, yeah, sorry,
Not
single.
married?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Kind of. What else could you say here? Like I think in English you could also talk about like a bachelor, bachelorette if they are not married. Okay. And if they have children, so we had before. Let's go here. Loro hanno due figli, and this wouldn't change for the feminine. It's still loro. And I have hanno. Let me get here. Actually, yeah, this wouldn't change. Loro hanno due figli. So that could be plural or mixed. And loro hanno due figli. And hanno figli, this again wouldn't change, so I can delete this. And non hanno figli. So that doesn't change for the masculine or the feminine here. Okay, so those ones, and I'll just get rid of these comments since it doesn't change. In Spanish it would change, but in Italian it isn't. So I have a little bit more knowledge of Spanish and French and Russian, but I'm with these lessons improving my Italian as well. Okay. So do your brothers have children? Loro hanno figli?
Sì. Miei fratelli hanno due figli.
Oh, okay.
And what it means? It means they in total have 2 children?
I
right?
suppose it could be. I would have to look into the vocabulary to see. I mean, because you told us in Russian that there's one word that you could use to say that they both have like the same amount of children. I think
And
this could be understood as like in total they have 2.
I'm sorry, Jonathan, maybe you don't see, but we have one more participant here.
Oh, okay.
I'm really just listening in. I don't really know much Italian.
Oh, me too.
Ciao,
Me too.
ciao, Carol.
All right,
Ciao, Carol. Come stai?
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Bene? Bene, I think it's simple. Yeah.
Sì,
Bene, grazie. Yeah, bene, grazie. So,
That's about the extent of my Italian. But I just came in. I didn't know which class was running, and I didn't see a link for French, so I came here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be starting French in maybe like 10 minutes. But yeah, you're welcome to join, and it's good to have.
This is interesting.
Yeah, it's good to have. Yeah, it's good to have other partners joining us, and I think we all learn through the mutual questions, and then kind of relaying those questions to native speakers and other people who are more advanced. So, but cool. Okay, let me finish up what we've had here. So yeah, we've had if these people have children or not, and what their names are. So we have here the singular, il suo nome è, or lui si chiama, or lei si chiama. But in the plural, these would be I loro nomi sono, and loro si chiamano. So we changed the verb chiamare, and you can see on Wiktionary, you can see here, if we take the verb chiamare, we can see that in the present tense here, we have like mi chiamo, ti chiami, si chiama, and we have for this loro form, si chiamano for those. So it's good to have these kind of resources where you can look up the conjugations. I still have some things kind of old school that were the, like I think it's Barron's kind of 501 verb conjugations, and it's like an actual paper book. But now online you can find a lot of these websites that have the conjugations on there. Okay, and so yeah, and you can use their names are, or you could use the verb like to call oneself, si chiama, chiamare. So, and when you're asking what the names are, you have quali sono I loro nomi, come si chiamano loro. So like, what are their names for that? Okay. For example, your brothers that you are talking about, Vadim, what are their names? Quali sono I loro nomi?
So if you ask nomi, I must answer I loro nomi sono, or I also can
I guess that would be
answer
logic. Yeah, that would make more sense. Yeah, that would make more sense. But I guess you have an option.
I loro nomi sono Mario, what is another
Luigi.
Italian? Yeah,
Yeah, for
Luigi.
the Mario Brothers. Yeah. Okay. And then their ages we could talk about here. So if this was in the singular, we have lui a and lei a, but in the plural we have anno. So this is loro hanno, let's say 10 anni, or loro hanno 20 anni. We can make that kind of link, 20 anni, 20 anni. Quanti anni hanno loro? And this stuff wouldn't change here. This quanti anni hanno loro. Okay. So this, the only thing that's changing here is just the number that we're looking at here. Okay. So if you remember some of your numbers, I'll make this. You can keep the same numbers, but how old are your brothers? Quanti anni hanno loro?
Loro hanno 39 e 25 anni.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So right now I don't have a text like you had given us for the Russian, but I would invite people, native speakers and also other language learners, to kind of put together a text based on some of these phrases. So I've put these phrases in the on the Facebook message to go along with these lessons, but I will include the vocabulary with the video for the YouTube replay. So yeah, so thank you, Vadim and Carol, for joining us. So you have some of these expressions you could talk about, describing where people are from, what their name is, whether they're married, or their children, what they like to do, where they live, and identifying them. And here we were looking a bit more at the plural forms. So we could talk about brothers, sisters, friends, grandparents, cousins. And so we'll continue these lessons for French in the next one. So I hope to see you, Carol, so you can practice your French in the next one. And then I think it's time for you to get going to bed, Vadim. I think it's almost 1 in the morning for you. So you get really separate, very disparate time zones when we're working online.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and look forward to working with you in the next one.
Thank you. Okay. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
Is the Hangout the same for all of your classes?
No, I'll get a new one so that this will be a separate video for the replay. But
Okay.
I'll give you a link in a second here.
Thank you.
Facebook. Okay. Ciao.